Good day, Scott.
Still not working, hey?
Is it not working?
No, you're small. You're down in the right-hand corner.
Oh, yeah, I got the same thing going here. How do I, maybe that's something I can do on my end. Hang on. Oh, I don't really see anything.
No. Switch.
Hey!
There!
There he is, right on.
I learned it.
Yes, sir.
Man, I gotta say, I like Ashby with no hat on.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I do.
I appreciate that, bud. It's good to see you, man.
It's good to see you too. I am tired today.
I bet you are.
I'm tired.
Been putting in your double dutying.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the last few pieces of the puzzle pulled together here before we kick off the live here, so I gotta do some mathing.
Oh, you got to do some mathing. Yeah, I should probably do some mathing too here.
Have you heard from anyone, like, if the time is a problem for anyone?
No one shared it with me anyways, but I haven't really asked either, so I don't know. Have you heard anything?
I haven't heard anything back from anyone, no.
Okay. No, I haven't heard nothing one way or another, so hopefully it's working out. I don't know. It's our East Coasters, it's getting a little bit late out there, like 8 o'clock.
Yeah, for sure.
So you feeling pretty tired today though? Like, it's been a transition this week getting back to full-time working and full-time business on the side. This isn't a 30 minutes a day gig. It takes time.
It's not for the faint of heart. That is for sure.
No.
I better start figuring this out, hey?
What do we got for a poll going up today? You got one in mind?
Yeah, they're pretty simple today. Okay. Because it's a different topic, so I'm not sure exactly if it's going to land, but we'll see.
Either way.
We'll get her.
At least you got one.
Always be prepared.
Yes, sir. Yeah, you're better than I am. That's for damn sure. Can you imagine if I was quarterbacking this thing, bud?
I can.
I don't think it'd go off that great, but
we've had this chat before, and we're not going to go there right now.
Okay, good. I don't think I'm ready. I am glad that we got this figured back out, though, because yesterday I felt really tiny just sitting up there with a whole bunch of empty boxes. So
yeah, I should have recorded. I wonder if that showed what I was doing. No, it wouldn't have, because it doesn't show the comments below.
Yeah, see, and you would be able to edit that out anyways, right? Like,
well, I'm just saying that it would be good to do a video on how to fix that. Tamara!
Hey, Tamara!
Hey, Tamara, did I text you today? I don't remember if I actually pressed send.
I got a lot done today, bud.
Attaboy.
I've been here in the dungeon just working away since about 8:30 this morning. So
what just happened here? Did my light die on me? Oh no!
See, I'm finding it's a full-time job just keeping everything charged around here.
Yeah, rookie move on Weller's part. Rookie
Ashby
move.
Is normal size. Tamara says, yes, I'm back to normal size. It's good to see you, miss.
Okay. Who's all here? Yay, can't wait to see you. Oh, you did get my text then, Tamara? You did? I forgot to reply. Okay, good. Okay, yeah, I'll be landing there on the 19th. I could probably meet up with you on the 19th if that works. The 20th, I'm going to be in all-day meetings, and I don't know if we'll have to, like, go do the shaking babies and kissing hands.
She said, yay, can't wait to see you. Will Ashby fit in your suitcase? I'll fucking well try, for sure. If he's going to cart me around, I'll squish in there. You bet.
Actually, I have probably a better chance of fitting in the suitcase. I'm not a big dude.
Well,
So,
I'm not a big dude. Like,
no?
no, no.
Tower of
Um,
Powers here.
yeah, no, I'm not a whole lot of man on the outside. Let's make that clear.
Oh, God.
How's Tamara
Okay.
and how's Heather today? Let us know how you guys are doing.
And I will get the poll question going here. I just am doing my last few touches on what I wanted to talk to you guys about today.
Yeah, I probably should have been more prepared today, but fuck it, I'm winging it, bud.
Equal
Somebody's got to cowboy this operation, you know?
167 divided by 61. Okay. 61.85. Okay. All right. Who we got going? We got Tamara. We got Heather. You know what else we got to get going? We got to get the poll going.
We do got to get the poll going. Yeah.
Okay.
Heather says, good. I am so grateful for. Oh, you're so welcome. We got a lot done, Heather and I. So I appreciate you too.
I appreciate all of you guys. I'll appreciate you more if you keep smashing that screen and go to the poll and answer the question.
I got my phone too far away. It's hard for me to smash the polls and stuff. But I'm going for it, man. I'm gonna put a reach out.
Smash it. Smash it.
Smash
Okay.
that. Oh, that's an easy question to answer. And not one that I'm proud of, but it's an easy one to answer.
That's all that matters. So,
I just smashed your face twice.
hey, been a while since I heard that. That's going to be the line of the night right there. That's going to be the line of the night.
Well done.
All right. Oh my God. I saw a wee bit of Grow Room, over 300K likes. Yeah, Grow Room, I'm not, like, anytime you're doing something that's to cheat the algorithm, it's just a matter of time before it burns you. That's,
how do these
Haley's
grow
doing
rooms
that
work?
right
I've never actually checked one out or what.
So, basically a bunch of people file into a live and you just start gifting each other and liking to make the room more popular. And then the more that you gift, the more your presence is well known. And then the moderator or the host says, go find Ashby, follow Ashby. And then they follow you. You can get a lot of followers pretty quick, but I think it's kind of like buying followers. You're not getting the right followers, right? Thank you, Jenna.
Thank you, Jenna. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I've never gotten into one of those, so I don't know. Maybe
I did it
you're right
once
though.
just
Like,
to experience it.
yeah. Holy shit,
She
Jenna.
helped us get our goal quick.
She's a special girl. All
She's a
you ladies
special
are
girl.
incredible.
Okay. We should jump into this though. Even though we're not at 1K yet, it's already 6:05. We got the camera thing figured out, so that's good. We got that. Like we're both equal size, apparently in real life and on screen. Ashby is sporting no hat look for 2 days in a row. And if you guys are like me and you think it actually looks good, give him a thumbs up because when him and I got in here, I said, I like the look. So,
well, I just realized that I forgot my hat when I got down here because I was kind of scrambling.
I think it looks good.
Like a buddy of mine, Corey's there. Corey. Well, listen, I appreciate it. I still feel like I just look 20 years older without a hat on, but regardless. My friend Corey there says, how are you doing, brother? Corey, it's good to see you, man. I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well, bud.
We got Courtney in the room. Yeah, I did a growth train when I started and it was bad news. Yeah, I agree. You're getting lots of thumbs up for the hair, buddy. I think it's Ashby Love, digging the no hat look, Silver Fox, George Clooney's got nothing on Ashby. Like, you need to
Okay,
be up
now
for
we're
the
getting.
next Batman movie, man.
We
You
are
keep
getting
rocking it.
carried away. We are getting carried away. I'd make a better penguin than I would a Batman. That's for
Uh-uh.
damn sure.
Health and
No?
wealth, buddy.
Yeah,
Health and wealth.
well, we're working on it.
Okay. All right, let's jump into it. First off, um, there's kind of a lot of different places that I kind of want to go tonight.
Let's go to every single one of them.
Scott is not Robin. No, I'm not a DC guy. I'm a Marvel guy. You want to call me Spider-Man, you want to call me Iron Man, you want to call me anything in the Marvel universe, male preferably. I'm with you, but not in the DC.
Okay.
Nope. Um, so where do I start? Let's start about last night. And Ashby, you and I had a quick phone call before I ran up into my workspace and madly started researching what I wanted to talk about tonight. But we had a good conversation, and I don't know why I'm kind of second guessing whether or not I talk about this tonight. I'm going to anyway, because I think it's a really good learning to share with you guys. And I want to preface what I'm about to say by saying I'm not looking for anything from you guys when I say this. The poll just came in and 83% of people say no. So we're going to go through that today.
I was a hard no. Yeah.
Yeah. Um, so again, I'm not looking for any, what's the right word, Ashby? You and I talked about this before. I don't want any sympathy or any, that's not what I'm looking for here, but let me just say what I got to say. I'm going to stumble through this, I know, because I haven't
Who
really
gives a
thought
shit?
it through.
Who gives a shit?
But last night after our live, I think we can all agree it was a very different feel to the live than what we normally have experienced here. Normally, to this point, it's almost been like each session gets more and more ramped up, exciting, everything. And yesterday, it was a little bit more like we kind of like jumped in the ring and kind of danced around a little bit, right? Everyone was kind of working. There wasn't as much engagement. There wasn't as much like that high energy. And when I left the live, when we shut things down, I texted Ashby almost immediately and I said, I don't know how that went. And it got me stuck in this space in my head where I started questioning if I was really capable of offering what I thought I could. And it's the reason I share this with you guys is because inevitably you guys will probably find yourself in the same space. And don't let your head fuck with you. Like I know that I'm trying to come here every night with the right intention to give as much as I possibly can to you guys, and that's all I can do. If you guys take the value, that's awesome, and I'm excited about that. And you know, a few of you did send me a message afterwards, and it was great, and I appreciate that. But again, I'm trying to share this with you guys as kind of like a more very uncomfortable, very vulnerable, like look into my head in that experience from this side of the camera. And hopefully when you guys have a similar experience, you realize it's just part of the process and just don't let it slow you down. Because what happened after that, like after I got through my oh poor me, my ego started sticking its nose in my business a little bit too much. I said, you know what? Fuck it. I stayed up a little bit later than I probably should, and I'm feeling the effects today. Ooh, am I tired? I got the LIVEcast uploaded, changed the thumbnail, did the stuff I needed to do to make sure that whoever wanted to watch it, the replay, had it available. And then old Trisha from Mexico went and watched it. So I'm glad I did that for her. But then this morning I started texting back and forth with Mike, and I know Courtney was in there. I think I saw Heather. Definitely Jenna was in there. The whole reason we talked about everything, well, at least the first 45 minutes in the live today, was because Mike and I were talking about that stuff prior to him going live. And he said, what do you want me to talk about? And I said, can you talk about this stuff? And we decided that February 19th is going to be launch day. Whether it's good, bad, or somewhere in the middle, we're fucking launching.
I
And
love it, man. I love that. That gets me jacked up just thinking about it because
yeah,
I know that you. This is kind of a two-part thing. You sell yourself a little bit short in what you've accomplished over the last couple of weeks, which is kind of what you're always coming at me about with this, celebrating the small wins. And I think you subconsciously, like, I don't think that you realize how much of a fire that you've lit for myself and probably a few others here too. And not by talking, but by fucking doing. You've taken a lot of action, so give yourself a little bit of credit, man.
no, I appreciate that. And
Yeah.
you called me out a few times today already, and I do appreciate that because I know I need it from time to time. I'm sure if we peeled back all the layers of psychology, we'd understand why that is. And I already have some pretty good ideas, but we'll save that for another day. Either way, the decision's made, we're launching. So
I love
February
it.
18th being Family Day, I'm going to be just in front of my computer for a better part of the day, just pumping out material about beta launch of the program. So we're rolling forward. That's going to happen. So that's less than a week away, which means that since we started this live cast, I will have launched what's today? Today's the 13th. I will have launched in under 3 weeks.
Fuck yeah. See, like this kind of I just want to grab my cup and just throw it at the wall and just like kind of it gets me fired up. I love you're going for this, man. And sloppy or perfect or whatever the fuck it looks like, you got a date and you're going at it, right?
Yeah,
I
we're
love it.
going at it. The other thing too is I'm gonna be launching I want to think of a different way to call it something, but I'm gonna be launching my pocket coaching program as well. So every day I'm going to be releasing a new 5 to 10, maybe 15-minute video on a specific subject. That's going to
Nice.
be housed in the Monetized Life community. It's just going to be under a bit of a lock and key. So it's going to be a $27 a month program, and things are happening. So hopefully it keeps you guys motivated. Hopefully it sees that you can it shows you guys that you can keep pushing forward too. So that's really, I think last night where I got stuck was I didn't feel like I gave enough value for some reason. And I'm just so committed to giving you guys as much as I possibly can that I just felt like I let you guys down. Now, on the intellectual side of things, I understand I didn't do that. But the emotional fuck around that happens in all our heads from time to time had convinced me I did. So hopefully me sharing this with you guys is when you guys get to that moment, hopefully this conversation snaps into your head and you go, this is just my emotional fuck around time like Scott talked about. Okay, time to push forward. And feel free to reach out to me when the fuck around happens and let's talk through it. But
Yeah.
hopefully this is helpful for you guys. Maybe it isn't in the moment, but maybe it will be in a week, maybe a month, maybe a year down the line. Who knows? But that's why I wanted to share this with you guys.
I actually appreciate the fact that you did share this right here and right now because I think my response to you too, Scott, I have no problem going through all of that right here, but I feel like these days are more common than we know, more common than I expected coming into this space. But I used to probably have them once a week where I really started to question, like, is this what I should be doing with my time? Like, am I, I don't want to say lost cause because that sounds a little bit bold, but like I've really questioned a lot, and I've had days that have either been really positive or really negative that I got to work through, and it takes me until about noon before I actually get over a lot of that stuff. So I think these days a lot of people can relate. I know I can for sure. So I think that's helpful. Maybe not today, but it will be helpful.
Yeah. No, thanks, man. So Courtney says you gave us so much energy last night. It was so helpful. Courtney, I did sleep really well last night, so thank you. Hell yeah, Jenna. Yes, Ashby, right. LOL, that's what, like the first thing I said to you on our rabbit trail call. You ready? Yeah, I know. That was you, Jenna. You told me. Yes, Ash is wise. You need to give yourself lots of credit. Thanks,
Oh,
team.
jeez. Yeah, thank you.
Oh, I love psychology. We can go down that rabbit hole one night. Oh, Courtney, we will. Trust
Might need
me.
a more intellectual guest on this side of things because I don't know if I can get too far down that hole in a good light.
Okay, you don't need me to say it, do you?
No, no, sorry. I'll throw my headlamp on and let's go.
Okay, so with that, let's shift into the top. Actually, sorry, before we move on, the one thing I'm going to be doing this weekend, preparing for the launch, is I'm going to be live like almost all weekend long. Like, I am going to break for dog time, eating time, and bio breaks. And half the time,
Wow.
I might not even take the live off. I'm not going to take you to the bathroom with me, but I might leave it on, run down, come back up. It's going to be live the whole weekend because what I want to do is every time you reach a milestone going live, it tells you. So you've gone live for 10 hours, you've gone live for 20 hours, you've gone live for 30 hours. I want to get to 50 hours of being live at least before I launch. And so I can say that I've had 50 hours of going live under my belt. I'm walking the talk. I'm doing it. I'm in the trenches. So feel free to come hang out. I'm just going to be working on stuff here. I'll be having conversations. We can talk about this stuff. We can talk about movies. We got into a movie talk over the weekend.
Oh,
Whatever you guys
okay.
want to talk about. But I think the most important thing is it's an invitation for you guys to come and ask me any questions about the launch, anything behind the scenes, any questions you have. The other exciting thing, and I don't know if I'm quite ready to announce this broadly, but with this group, because you guys are so amazing and you keep showing up, Mike has told me that he's willing to come on and talk to us. So he's going to come take the time out of his schedule to come and actually be a part of one of our live casts here. So maybe start thinking about what kind of questions or what kind of topic you guys would want Mike to go down a rabbit hole on, and just shoot me, go to the community, send me a message, say, this is what I'd really like to hear from Mike. And we'll get that all lined up for you guys. Okay.
Man, I'm
So
really excited about that because I'll tell you, like once a week, there's something that transpires with Mike that reminds me why I really jive with this cat because he's just he's truly supportive on another level. He's pulling for all of us that are putting in the work, right? Like he likes to see anybody that's hungry that he can kind of steer straight and help out. He's all for it, right? Like I'm really excited to have him on here. I think that's an honor for me, right? Like um
Well, and I'm gonna ask him to see if he can come during my launch, like during that time when you're in your beta
yeah,
launch, looking
yeah.
to get those 2025 signups and just
Oh,
try to get some momentum behind that. So we'll see what happens.
you got an exciting week or two coming up, and I'm pumped up for it for sure because
Yeah,
I'm not going to be too far behind you, and my launch will probably be the following week. So I'm excited for sure.
I'm excited for everyone because I think like the other thing I shared with Ashby is like you can definitely see the energy in everyone picking up and the excitement. And I
Yeah.
think that's why I was kind of sitting there yesterday going, ooh, did I miss the mark, and started questioning myself. But we've already talked about that. We don't need to rehash on that. But let's just keep the energy and keep the momentum going in the right
Yes,
direction.
sir. Yeah.
So tonight, I wanted to talk about something that's kind of blending a couple of conversations together that I've seen a number of different people do. Hey, Britt, thank you. Um, and that is, I've always seen people do these two things. The first thing being, breaking down what that dollar amount is that you need to, that you've decided is going to make you feel comfortable, that can allow you to do what you're looking to do in your life, whatever that might be. Like I think about Tamara, she's always talking about being comfortable for retirement, or maybe it's quitting the job. Like Britt is not super happy with the position she was in her job. um, Everyone has a little different motivation. For me personally, I'll tell you right now, my ultimate goal is to go live in a motorhome, travel around wherever I feel like going for that day with the dog, throw up the Starlink, a live cast that night, do my content, get back on the road the next day. Like, that is my dream. That is my absolute dream. It's not living in this cabin, by the way. It's grabbing the dogs and just going. So
I love it.
I have my idea of the number that can allow me to do that. And usually what people will do, they'll say, okay, take that number, break it down to a daily total so that it's easier to manage. So that's one conversation. The other conversation that I've heard people talk about over and over again is taking your time and turning them into units of time so that you can be more productive with those units of time. So you can see where you're losing units of time and when you see that you're optimizing units of time. So what we're going to do today is we're going to blend that conversation. And then when we get to the end, you'll understand why. Okay? So let's start.
I like this. Yeah, I like this.
I'm going to take you guys off the tripod this time because I've kind of just done it. I should do it on the whiteboard, but I just didn't have enough time to get home and get that all set up with the lights and everything. So I have it in a Word doc, and I'm just going to walk you guys through it. But like I always do, what do we always start with? Besides a poll.
I was going to say a poll, so I don't know. There's another answer?
What do we always start with? To prime us.
Getting them likes up? Is that what?
No? Who knows? Someone in the comment section. I know someone knows.
I bet you everybody other than me knows, but I was going to say poll for sure.
A vote?
See, Tamara's with me.
The poll was already done, but after we do the poll, before I get into the topic, what do I always start with?
Update with Scott. Is it not an update?
We did the update, but what do I always do? It rhymes with vote. Question? No. I probably do, but that's not what I'm getting at. Quote. Courtney got it.
Courtney, you're fucking brilliant. I gotta take a seat and just have you come on in here, you know?
Yeah. Here, where's the kickoff button?
Yeah, how do you get rid of me?
No, okay, the quote comes from Benjamin Franklin. And it says, time is money. Ask yourself what the most valuable use of your time is, and then do it. So that's coming from Benjamin Franklin.
Okay,
So-
I like that.
So we're going to be talking about both today, okay? So when we do this math breakdown of the amount, I want you guys to think about your amount. If you have a piece of paper and a pen, let's write it down. Hey, Sarah, not to be confused with Sierra.
Sarah, what's happening, girl? Good to see you all the way out there.
So I want everyone to write down what their number. If you don't know what your number is, that's fine. And just to make the math easy, I chose the number of $60,000, okay? So, you know, I know things are increasing in price and everything, but truthfully, I did this selfishly to make the math easier for me, okay?
So wait, are we... Go ahead. Are we 60,000 in how long? What are we talking here?
In a year.
In a year, okay.
So to me, it's like, we're looking at this, primarily people are trying to leave their job, right? So I'm using a job where you're earning $60,000 as the example. I need to replace that amount of income to be able to leave my job and do this full time, okay? So I'm gonna just take my phone off the tripod and I'm gonna flip the camera around and I'm gonna show you the way that I got to the numbers that I got to, okay? And then I encourage you guys to call me out on if my math is wrong, okay? But we're at $60,000 a year, okay? So divide that by 12. That gives you $5,000 per month, right? So you need to make $5,000 per month to be able to replace that income and leave your job, should you choose to, okay? Which, if you're making that kind of money, I don't know why you wouldn't, because then you can put more time into it. We'll get into the time aspect here in a second. So $5,000 per month. The reason I'm doing this, guys, is because $60,000 is a little tricky to think about. 5,000 is still kind of hard to think about. But when you break it down into how much you need to make per day to make $60,000 a year, it kind of seems manageable, right? It's $167 a day. Do you guys think that you could make $167 a day to replace a $60,000 a year job with all the stuff we've talked about on this live cast before? I think so.
I think so. I think that.
Oh, looks like we lost Ashby. Let's go into the comments here in a second. Ashby, I don't think I've seen your head without a hat before. We were talking about that last night, Sierra/Sarah. An annual number, yep, T, annual. The biggest mistake I've seen is when people make the number so low it doesn't account for the future. Agreed. And I don't think we're going to get too far into that aspect tonight, Jenna, but let me just invite Ashby back in here. But that's a good point, is making sure that you're accounting for where you want to be in the future. But just also know that if you do things the right way, your business should be growing. Are we talking CAD? Courtney, it's whatever you want it to be. My number per year is so much bigger than that. That's fine. I like math. 100K in 1 year for me, okay? Quit my job and pay for 2 kids in uni and pay off the house and more for retirement. Yeah, I realize, like, don't get hung up on the numbers. I'm just trying to show you guys how to get to your dollar amount per day, because you want to get to the dollar amount per day, okay? Now, let's move into the time, okay? So these are the numbers that I broke it down into, okay? Like, these aren't going to be perfect either, and there's going to be a ton of different perspectives on the hours, but this was my hours that I broke down. And if you guys want to get super accurate with your hours, then just, keep a journal for a week and see where all your time's going. Me, I don't sleep anywhere near 56 hours a week, but I know 8 hours a night is kind of the sort of standard that is always recommended people shoot for. I'm working 40 hours a week. The commute to work is 7 hours per week. Generally speaking, I probably cook and eat and do that, kind of like clean the dishes for, say, 10-ish hours. I gave 11. Family and friend time, 10 hours. Menial tasks, and what I mean by that is kind of a catch-all with, like, brushing your teeth, showering, like all those kind of things. And maybe laundry, stuff like that. And then fitness for 9 hours. You can play with those numbers all over the place, but the total comes up to 149 hours from an available 168. Okay? So that leaves me with 19 per hours available per week. So if I divide that by 7, that tells me how much time I have available free every day. Okay.
Man, so Scott, let me just say, this is like a very detailed breakdown. I don't think I've broken down one of my weeks from this perspective ever.
Yeah, but then you can track where your time's going. And you can get really clear on how much you need to make per hour with your available time to hit your goals. Now, sure. Why is that important, right? Okay, so let me just finish the math so people are following me all the way through. So 2.7 hours per day are available, okay? So if you take your dollars per day, so your goal per day, divided by the hours available, that's going to show you exactly how much you need to make in those available hours to hit your goal, okay? Wow, after kid stuff in there, add 700 hours a week. No kidding, Courtney. And I'm not trying to I'm not trying to say this is going to be easy, especially when you have young kids. I'm just saying this is the math to get to the goal. Okay, so if we look at this, I need to if my goal is to make $60,000 with a side hustle, with an online business, whatever, I need to make $61.85 an hour to hit that goal, okay? And that's not $61.85 from every hour. It's just I've taken out all the other hours that I know are allocated elsewhere with a buffer, and then taken my goal and divided it by the available time. Okay. So is everyone clear on what I've done here? Just maybe below, give me a thumbs up if you followed what I've said here. I just want to see that I haven't lost anyone here, because the next part is probably the most important part.
Yeah, I've never seen such a detailed breakdown of like your units of time. You know, especially like what you have left over after all the necessities. Like I think a lot of parents, and I think a lot of us are parents in this group here too. So it does put things into perspective, like through a different lens that I don't typically go. I'm not an analytical guy. I don't break stuff down like this. Maybe I should more often.
Neither am I, but the reason why I came up with this, okay, so everyone's following along. Everyone's giving me thumbs up so far.
Yeah.
Anyone giving me a thumbs down? Because I'll go back through it. Like if you guys didn't follow that, let me know. Give me a thumbs down. I will absolutely go back through it again. But the reason why I bring this up with you guys is as you guys start building out your courses, one of the easiest way to make additional revenue is by what? So you've got your course. What is another revenue stream that just makes sense if you're positioned as a subject matter expert selling a course? What else? What is an additional revenue stream? Not you, because you and I already talked about that.
Okay.
I want someone else. Coach. Exactly. Thank you, Mel. So if you know what you need to make per hour to reach your goal, how much are you going to charge as a coach? Now, this is keeping in mind that you're adding as much value as you possibly can. You're going as far as you need to provide the people that are going to hire you as a coach with the solution that they're looking for. So, like, this is separate from that part of the conversation. But how much do you think you should charge if you're going to give 1 hour of your day that's available and your goal is $60,000 that year? If someone's looking to hire you as a coach, what do you think you should pay? Based on what we just talked about. $60,000. My goal that I need to make is just over $60 an hour to reach that goal. What should I be charging as a coach? Ashby, you can answer this one if you want.
You know, it's like, this is probably the first time I've seen a breakdown like this, because I've often wondered, and I can't be the only one that wondered, like, what is a fair amount? Because I think a lot of us undersell ourselves where say you see I'm going to use Mike just because he's somebody that like I definitely value and respect his time. So what does a guy like that charge per hour? And then I consider myself to be half the value of that, right? Like that's so I think a lot of us kind of undersell ourselves, but I don't know what the dollar value would be, to be honest. I could see somewhere around $80 an hour is
So the answer I would say right now, and Sarah just said she charges $149 per hour, but for me, if my goal is $60,000 each year and I'm going to give up one of those hours that I have available, and I know that my target needs to make at least $61 an hour, I'm doing at least that, probably double it, just to give myself a buffer. So at least 120. Minimum 120. But then there's the other side. You need to deliver on the promise you're making. We talk all the time about making sure you're providing value all the time. That's a separate discussion. I'm simply looking at this from a math standpoint. If your goal is $120,000, well, then now all of a sudden you're looking at no less than $120 an hour. If you add whatever buffer onto it, but you do not go less than 120. It's not worth your time at that point. You should be working on your funnel, on your program, on your course. That's where you should be pumping your time into, so that you can get the platform that justifies people to come to you as a coach. Does that make sense?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, I think that makes perfect sense. And then I also like looking at it kind of from a different standpoint too, where like if you find your time is precious, what about maybe like a pocket coaching approach where you can record yourself a video that you can expose to anyone in your community, where say it takes you 20 to 30 minutes to do a pocket coaching video, and rather than having 3 clients that you sit down with in a day. So does that make sense? Do you know where I'm going with this?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
that's always an approach that a person could look at too, if it fits your business plan.
100%. Like, can you spend that same hour and create something that's going to make you much more than what one person is willing to pay you? That's what you're constantly weighing.
Yeah.
But in terms of, am I going to give an hour of my time to you to help you solve the problem that you need my help to solve? Okay, I'm happy to do so. Here's my rate. This is the math to help you come up with the bare minimum. This is the
Yes.
bare minimum. This
Yeah.
is not your max. This is the floor, not the ceiling. Okay? And I'd encourage everyone to go through that little bit of an audit, knowing where your time is, because it's going to give you 2 things. It's going to give you this end dollar hourly amount for you, but it's also going to help you see where maybe you're losing time, where you could be so much more productive. And once you put a dollar amount on how much an hour really is worth to you, you're going to be way less likely to waste time.
Yes. No, for sure. Sorry, the comments were rolling through, but I think it was Courtney that you're really helping to see the hours in a new light. So like your dollars per hour and our value. I think, like I said, Courtney, too, I feel like it's an eye opener in the sense that I've kind of undervalued my time, and I think that's probably a common thing because we use this basis for comparison that we see kind of in the digital marketing space. This is a good one, Scott. I'm learning a lot here just going over all of this stuff. And
Well, I got one more for you.
okay, just give me one quick sec here. I think there was a question about pocket coaching.
You know what? I love the fact that you're doing the comment section tonight.
I'm fucking failing miserably here, but if there was a question there, it was pocket coaching is just a system where you're collecting a monthly membership fee at say $27 or say $30 for argument's sake. So anybody that signs up for your $30 a month pocket coaching program, they all receive your daily video. So you would do a video that's anywhere between whatever you feel, I guess 10 to 20 minutes long. I think is kind of the standard. And I'm involved in a pocket coaching program, and I thought it was a whole bunch of horse shit to start, to be honest. And I couldn't have been more wrong. I found an insane amount of value in this. I would pay double what I pay for sure, and that's coming from a guy that's not super rich by any means, but the value is there for sure.
Yeah.
And I like the daily thing where it keeps the wheels turning.
Like this, what we did just now is a pocket coaching episode.
Yeah, exactly.
What we did just now is a pocket
No, not what we did. What you did. I'm just kind of spectating right now.
So Sarah says, I was writing blogs for a recruitment agency, and the owner called me and told me to charge more. So there you go. She was already charging $149, and they told her to charge more. Taking this all in, making dinner. That's Heather. My hairstylist time is $60 to $100 an hour. Wedding, $200 for weddings. Yeah, like, and I'm gonna get into. I want you to hold that thought, Courtney. Is $23 an hour good for a 20-year-old? Only you can decide that. Like that is good money. I remember when I was 20 years old, I was making $5.50 an hour, and I was ecstatic. But you got to decide based on the lifestyle you want to provide for yourself. You really helping to see hours, dollars in a new light. Good, Courtney.
Yeah.
Clever, Ashby. I keep hearing you all mention pocket coaching. Okay, that was Tamara. So you got that, Ashby. My group took the pocket coaching route. That's Christian, the hustler. In a good way. I mean that in a good way. For me, it has to be worth me not spending that time with my kid. Yes, and Jenna, that's exactly it. That's the other part of it, is there's things here. How do I want to say this? Time, when you look at the true value of time, it's infinite, depending on the individual. the value of the individual's time is all up to them. And we've talked about the movie Click on this livecast a few times now.
Yeah.
Go watch that movie. Go watch that movie, and your relationship with time will change immediately.
See, and that's it's an interesting point. Sorry, I just saw Amy. I don't mean to cut you off here, Scott, but Amy just jumped on and said, "Hi guys, how are you doing, Amy?" I don't know if we've caught you in here before, but it's good to see you. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm working my way down the comments here. Yes, we need a better name for this. Pocket coaching? Yeah, I know. I'm trying to think of a different name for mine too. Pocket coaching is daily videos with value. Online group coaching, daily videos, $27 a month and adult 88 cents a day. It needs a better name like daily coaching. That actually is better. Thanks, Courtney. She paid me double after that. Hey guys. Hey Amy. Yeah, Amy's been in here a few times.
Okay.
And sick of the weekend work. LOL. Next year it will be $300 time is money. Yes, exactly. Like I said here, these calculations I showed you guys tonight is the floor. It's if you charge less than that, it's not worth your time. You are not getting any closer to your goal. The only reason I would say it's still worth your time is if you're doing it for content or to build a course. And that's where I wanted to go next, Ashby, is there are things that you could do that maximizes the time investment getting you a greater money return.
Sure.
And that is, if you could spend 8 hours charging $65 instead of $130, but you end up getting the material to build a course that you're going to sell for $500 to $1,000, and there's a market for it,
Yeah.
then that is a good investment of your time to get a greater monetary return.
Sure.
Okay? So there are circumstances where it makes sense. Like, hey, Ashby, you want me to get on the call with you and talk about what I would cover in module 1 of my new live launch program? You got it. Because now I can record that. I charge you half price. So I'm still making revenue off of that. And I've got my module built now. I've only got to do 9 more times.
Sure. Yeah. And again, I think there's value in getting the reps in too, right? So for me, and that's maybe why I have it in my head that I'm probably going to launch at a little bit of a lower number, but that's more of just getting established, getting my reps in, and then when I truly feel like my value builds as a coach, like from a coaching perspective, then I think my charge would go up accordingly, if that makes sense. But I really want to get the wheels turning and kind of like we talk about a beta launch, Scott, where you're coming in and offering a reduced rate to sort of gain some momentum and get the wheels in motion, you know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Exactly. Yeah, my coaching rate is closer to that, Josh. I like the number 500. If it's less than that, it's in a package. Absolutely, when I calculate my availability, it's no weekends, no holidays, a good amount of 6 days with the little one in vacay. That's all from Jenna. Okay, we're all caught up. So I guess we're on the home stretch here, buddy.
Man,
so
time's flying by today. I'm really enjoying this for what it's worth. I can't speak for anybody else, but I take a lot out of these conversations. I've seen several breakdowns, but never from like a time unit standpoint, you know?
Well, and I've seen the breakdown of the money per day, like taking that yearly dollar amount, breaking it down to daily. And I've seen time unit breakdown, but I've never seen anyone take it like this and say, okay, if this is what I need to do, that needs to be my floor.
Yeah.
That I cannot go lower than that. I'm not worth, like, my time is not worth that.
That's right. Yeah. And like, I don't think I've ever seen a method of how to actually calculate that. So this has been, and this is me with a heads up when you let me know prior to this that we were going to kind of get into it. I was thinking this is definitely new to me because I've seen financial breakdowns when it comes to the world of marketing that kind of revolve around, if this is your dollar figure per day, if it's $200, say, then you want to calculate X amount of leads that are going to translate to X amount of conversions. And so I've seen that breakdown, if that makes sense. But this was
Well,
good for me. For sure.
that's really the next step.
Yeah, for sure.
How much traffic turning into leads, turning into coaching clients do you need to get that?
Yeah.
But keep in mind, like, you need to look at all your revenue streams to get to where you need to be.
See, and that's it. Like, this isn't factoring in, say in a setup like you've got, whether it be pocket coaching or if you've got a community that you charge for or whatever the case is. Like, yeah, you're getting $1 a day there. So if you have 100 people in your community, that right there is $100 a day. So yeah, there's so many different streams of revenue or different ways to go about it too, different business structures, right? Models. So factoring it all in, it's good information no matter what you're doing.
Exactly. Okay, sorry. Jumping back, from a marketing perspective, it's better to start higher and discount versus starting lower. I agree with you, Heather. This is purely for, like, this is not go to market with $61.85 an hour and then try to get them to give you more. This is what you should be doing behind closed doors. Okay, what is my bare minimum? What am I offering? What is the value that I'm bringing? Can I go double that? Can I even go 3 times, 5 times, 10 times? Like Jenna said, $500. That's what she charges, unless a part of a package. So yeah, I agree with you. It's not start here and negotiate up. It's do the work behind the scenes and then come up with your number. The beautiful part about this is, say your number's 120 an hour, go and find 5 to 10 clients and tell them 100 an hour. Get those 5 to 10 clients under your belt, get some testimonials, and then you can easily justify 150, 200.
Yeah, you bet.
And use the cheaper ones to talk about specific modules that would fit into your course, and they will subsidize the creation of your course, and you'll be able to resell the course later.
Yes. Good point.
Josh, for sure, my AI biz will be Monday to Friday. If you want weekend time, it will be double. Triple, Josh. Triple. You guys are killing it. Thanks, Josh.
Yeah, thanks, Josh. Appreciate you, brother.
Courtney says thank you to Sarah, not to be mistaken by Sierra. Even $1 a month at 30,000 members is winning. Yeah, absolutely.
I'll take that any day of the week, and that's like that's a totally different way to look at it too. When $1 a month is so affordable for so many people that realistically you could get there. Like, as crazy as it sounds, you could get there.
Yeah, always
sure.
be scaling, says Josh.
Yeah, man.
Wi-Fi went wacky, but yeah, if you really need weekend, yeah, exactly. Absolutely. If you're providing value, then the price is justified. Exactly. And like that's what I would do, is like, I'd figure out my number, discount it, call it 10, 15, maybe even 20% just to get those 5 to 10 customers, and then just use them to build, like, even the first 5 modules of your course to subsidize it, and then launch the course and get the testimonials to justify the increasing of your coaching price.
Sure. Yeah, I like that.
Okay, we've got 10 minutes left, and that's kind of all I had to talk about that. But did you guys have any questions about that at all?
Well, while we're waiting on them, I want to say, like, I'm excited for a little live marathon this weekend. You're going to be putting some hours in, man. You got a camera with you all weekend.
Well, and I might have kind of just given you guys a bit of a snapshot of what I plan on doing. Like, there's going to be some content creation going on.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, this weekend is going to be lots of stuff we're going to talk about next week on the LIVEcast.
Sweet.
There's going to be a lot of things and a lot of gold to share with you guys for sure.
Well, so Sarah, not to be confused with Sierra, what? A live marathon. So Sarah, Scott's going to be consuming your For You page all weekend. He's going on a live binging, marathon most of the weekend, minus his bathroom breaks, he said. But it
And, and,
sounds,
and puppy snuggle time. Got to get
and
that
puppy
in.
snuggle time.
Oh yeah,
You
Parker
should
was not.
probably get some of that on the lives, because the ladies do love, and I'm not a Don Juan, but ladies like to see a good snuggle. So maybe get a couple minutes of that in there.
You never know. The world should fall in love with Parker. He's pretty much the most amazing dog there is.
He does look like a deadly little partner in crime. I will give you that.
Yeah. We see you, Ashby, thinking marketing. Yeah, there you go. That is amazing. Yeah, Sarah, like I'm going to be going Saturday, Sunday, Monday, launching my program on Monday. So all weekend, it's just going to be live, 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 live.
So Scott, should we? Are you going to follow up with Mike and see if he might be available Monday or Tuesday or something like?
I'll check in with him and see. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and no expectation. It just like it might be worth checking. He's been he's been pretty dedicated to you, just the same way as you've been dedicated to your business. So I think he'd be open to it. And also,
me a bit, hey.
Well, someone got to do it,
Yeah, someone's got to do it. Dang.
Anyway, it might be worth looking into, because I think that would be awesome to get him anywhere around your launch. There would be really sweet. But I also know that his time ain't free either. Microgreens, Mike, what's happening, bud?
He's in the house.
He's a savage too.
If you guys haven't already, I'm going to plug the community again. So go to the link in my bio, click the link. It'll take you to the page to enter the free community. That's where I'm going to be putting everything. All the replays of these live casts are going up over there. There's going to be a lot of fun things happening over there. So keep pushing people over there. Microgreens Mike, we've kind of started some conversation about bringing him on as a guest to talk about, his business and how he's using funnels and everything else that we're always talking about to support his brick and mortar business.
You're talking about Microgreens Mike coming on?
Yeah.
That would be awesome, man. If you'd be willing, Mike, I think that'd be really cool. I'd like to pick your brain a little bit too, man. You're taking a very unique path here, and I think it's cool. I don't know a whole lot about the microgreens, so I could definitely learn a thing or two for sure.
He'd be a good one to ask about the biggest hurdles people have and how to overcome. Plus, ask him how he observed you make it happen, what it takes to launch in less than 30 days. You're talking about Mike, Jenna? Sounds like a good time. Always a good time, Microgreens Mike.
Shit, yeah, I bet.
Okay, guys, any last questions, comments, concerns, anything you guys need help with? Any ideas for upcoming topics? I've got lots of ideas, but happy to hear more. We're only on part 1, part 2. There is a part 3 and maybe more for personal branding too. And hopefully you guys are seeing what I'm doing, because I'm using you guys and this time to create another offer called Personal Branding Mastery. You damn right I'm going to turn this into something, either a micro course or maybe it'll be more, or who knows. But that is exactly what we've done here.
Always looking for them cracks in the market that you can just go fill, aren't you, bud? You're catching everything now. The eyes are open.
But I hope everyone is seeing what I'm doing, because you do the exact same thing. It all starts with going live, building an audience, building a community, asking them what they need, testing to see if it's landing or not, and then just keep asking them what they still need help with, so that you can drive it deeper and deeper and deeper, more and more valuable. Okay?
Well, like I've seen just in going live, because I've really only been doing lives with you, Scott. But I think maybe on the weekend while you're doing your marathon, if you just want to text me when you're going for a bathroom break, I'll jump on a live, and then I'll catch some of the audience for a little while, 5 minutes, and give you a little bit of time or some puppy snuggles or whatever, and then I can drop off. You come back in. We'll just tag team it.
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll think about it. We'll be in touch.
Absolutely. Okay, last comments here. Let's see. Yay, part 3. Courtney's eating up the personal branding stuff.
Well, I think a lot of us do, man. The branding is one that I hung up on for a long time. I just stood in my own way because again, it's kind of easy to get stuck there.
And I want to add one more thing because Mike really drove this point home today a few times in his live. And he's like, he just kept saying the same thing, and you guys have all heard this before. All you got to do is be one chapter ahead of your audience. Do you think I'm a personal branding expert? No. But I'm interested in it. I want to apply the principles. I'm willing to learn it. And I'm willing to be a couple of steps ahead of you guys. And I'm learning it as I'm consuming it, but I'm mastering it as I teach it. Does that make sense?
It's bang on. You don't have to be a master. You do have to be, just that little bit in front of the students, right? Like it's huge. Because until he said that, I had never really heard it from anyone. So, but it's a great point because for me, kicking my business off, and really everything just started to come together when I realized that this was an obstacle that I hit and I managed to work through with some help, of course. But that's what kind of lit the fire for me to want to share this with people because I see the value in it and what it did for me. Does that make sense? Like it's exactly what I'm doing.
100%.
Yeah.
Make sure to add the topics in the group post, Scott. Oh, yeah. Okay, thanks, Jenna. So any topics that you guys want to see covered here, like anything, whether it's like, let's keep it somewhat within the rails, but if you guys want me to cover anything here, me, Ashby, anyone, please just add it in the group post within the community. Heather said, I knew it! Probably about the personal branding thing. Love these lives. You guys are fire. Thanks, Sarah, not to be confused with Sierra.
Appreciate you, Sarah.
Mel says, totally agree. I look forward to them. I'm normally on a call with students right now, but just got down with V-Day dinner with my daughter, so I jumped on here with you guys. Microgreens, thanks. Thanks for that.
Happy to have you, Mike. Yeah, thanks for popping in, bud.
I hope that you had a wonderful dinner with your daughter. That's awesome.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, that's rad.
We got, okay, ending poll. Ending poll already happened, Jenna. I really need to be more productive with my time. A focus, one idea. So many. Awesome. Okay, Courtney. Okay, we're down to the last minute. So if you guys need anything, don't hesitate to reach out. Tomorrow night, same time, same place.
This was what I needed here, Scott. I feel great about tonight. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I appreciate every single one that stopped by here tonight. I appreciate you for teaching me here tonight. I'm not usually taking notes throughout this, but I enjoyed this one. It was good.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. And remember, if your head starts playing the fuckery with you, just hang in there, keep pushing forward. It'll pass. Reach out to someone in the community, me, Ashby, anyone.
Preferably one of us crazy bastards that have been there. So sometimes you just got to talk it out for sure. And that's, I'm here all the time. All of us are. We got a wicked community here.
Okay. Love you guys.
Love you guys. Thanks very much. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Okay. See you, man.
Catch you later, Scott.